Hello, I hope you're well. Welcome to this video. In this one I'm going to have a look at my Slash Epiphone Les Paul. It's a relatively recent model. It's the one, as you can see, in Anaconda Burst. So I thought it'd be fun to do a video on this again. I've done a review, that's also on my channel if you want to go and have a look at that. But this is I've been prompted to do this video simply by watching one of Trogley's, and in that video he's done a piece on the $15,100 scam, which was him being scammed a few years ago, and it turned out he'd bought a snake pit guitar, which wasn't really a snake pit Les Paul at all. It was a reworked original Gibson Les Paul, by the sounds of it, into something. So that actually made me, I was watching that, I was quite enjoying it, but then it made me panic because I bought this Epiphone Les Paul. I bought it, about 4 months ago now, and it came already installed with this in it, an Alnico 2 Pro Slash in the bridge position. Now I assumed that had been done, but that watching that video really made me panic and think, actually, you need to be really careful with this stuff. And I never even checked inside this guitar whether it had been done or not. So I thought it'd be fun to do a video on whether I've also been scammed on this. I really hope that's not the case. And if nothing else, we're going to find out a little bit more together on the internals of the Slash Les Paul, because I've actually never taken this pickup off to verify that it is indeed the Slash upgrade, because I've been playing it a while now. I've had this guitar for 4 or 5 months, and it sounds brilliant to my ears. Plays really nice. I'm really enjoying it. It's my #1 driver that I use all the time at the moment on all my guitar playing and practice. So I'm really hoping that everything turns out to be sweet, and by the end of this we'll all be laughing. Otherwise I might very well be crying, or you might hear some cursing, but I'll cover the microphone if I do curse. No, I hopefully won't curse. So this is what I'm showing you here. This is the pickup that was taken out. So as you can see, it's one of these plug socket jobs, and it's got Epiphone USA. So I mean, that looks legit. That all looks fine to me. That looks like that is at least the original Epiphone bridge pickup that would have been in there. So that's something. So that, the whole thing is not a complete write-off, even at a worst. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this bridge pickup, and we shall find out together what's happened, whether it has been. Now apparently this was professionally done, and I understand it was professionally done by PNT here in the UK. They're a very reputable, as I understand it, music and guitar company. So I kind of took it as read at the time, but I did buy this guitar online. I never met the person that sold it to me, and I took it all in confidence. So I have played a Gibson Les Paul in the store, and I did play this as well, back to back, a version of this guitar, and I really liked it, but it did sound a bit muffly, and I was like, oh, it's such a shame. But the Gibson Les Paul was about £2,000, which equates to about 2,000 or maybe 2,500, closer to, I guess, dollars. And the Epiphone version, this was closer to sort of about £700 or so. So I was kind of like, okay, well, I was angling for one of those anyway. And I'd thought to myself, well, I'm going to have to do the pickup upgrade at some point to make it sound anything like close to the Gibson, because that sounded so good. It was a 50s standard. But I didn't want to necessarily plump out for that money, sort of being a keen amateur, should we say, rather than a strict pro on guitar, certainly at this stage anyway. And so I just wanted something where, I could have some fun with, and, hopefully take my skills to the next level. So I'm just taking the pickup off here, and I'm hoping that we're going to see something good, something not too alarming. I've left the strings on because these have still got a bit of life in them. And so I'm hoping that I can reuse these. Otherwise, I'm just going to cut them off and we'll start again. And I might do a bit of a restring and a top wrap on this. I do find that top wrapping Les Paul style guitars with this kind of stop-tail bridge, I know there's all that debate about it on whether it does make it easier to play and more slinky and all the rest. I've certainly found in my experience that it does. I think it's to do with the break angle here, and it certainly makes it feel better. So we're now going to find out something I should have probably done months ago. Right, okay. So I will try and bring you in a bit there. Right, I'm going to take the phone off my stand and take it right down so that we can see. So I'm no expert on these things, but that looks pretty real to me. It's got the serial number there by the looks of it. It's got the slash on there. It doesn't look like some kind of random Chinese knockoff. To me, this looks legit, I think. I will have to go online and make sure that others look like this. But I mean, that is the Slash logo. As I say, it's got the serial. That looks actually pretty sound. And in there, by the looks of it, which I've never seen before. Actually, that looks, it's a bit attached actually. That is the serial inside the guitar as well. I guess that's the original guitar itself. Now, the actual guitar, I wasn't too worried about it being, see actually, let's have a look in the cavity. So you can see that's got the, now that looks like a really thick maple top actually. Wow, I wasn't necessarily, now you guys watching this, please feel free to comment below what you think. Now, is this a really thick maple top, or is this a veneer? And then it does look, I mean, you can see the change in the wood colour, the wood grain there, that's really thick and then moves down. So it looks like a really thick maple top, perhaps. It does look very nice, whichever way. I think, as I stated in my previous videos, my only not concern or anything else with this guitar was the finish is okay. It's Epiphone, but I mean, as you can see, it's got that kind of, it's not a perfect finish. There's that kind of I don't know, it's this very slight kind of blotch there of different colour. But I mean, I put it down to sort of hand done workmanship, whatever. It's beautiful anyway. It looks stunning, and it's only something you see in different lights. So if you look really, really closely, and no one's going to see that really. So hence why I kept it, because it's a gorgeous guitar. It plays absolutely amazingly, and I'm going to put this back without breaking anything. So what I will do now is I will actually go into the reverse of the guitar as well, and I think let's have a look at that, because I'd be very keen to actually see what's going on at the back end, because I've never actually analysed that either. So I think we'll go in there and see what's what. And I'll put these screws back in fast time, and then we can have a look in the reverse of the thing, because that's something that could be quite interesting to see on what kind of workmanship we're looking at there. I'm actually very pleasantly surprised though. Well, for a start, the pickup's legit, whoop whoop, and it all looks very nice in there. And if anything, and please do, as I say, correct me if I'm wrong, but that maple cap, it looks like a really thick maple cap to me. As I say, I'm no expert, really, just enthusiastic about all this stuff. So if that is in fact a really skinny veneer, you tell me. But it does look nice. It looks nice in there anyway. And it's a nice chunky guitar without being overly crazy heavy, this thing. This particular guitar is 3.8 kilograms. 3.8 kilograms, which is just barely heavier, in fact, than my Fender Stratocaster, which is 3.7 kilograms. So it's a very nice guitar to play, to use. I love the neck profile. That's really the only reason I got this. I mean, I love Slash, don't get me wrong, but I'm not like a crazy mega fan. I suppose, I mean, I listen to Guns N' Roses, having said that quite a lot. So I suppose without even realising it, I probably am a bit of a, I wouldn't say mega fan, not go over the top, but a big fan. But I wouldn't just buy one of his guitars for the sake of. This is a nice guitar that plays really well, and it's got the nice thick chunky neck. On any guitar, this is the chunkiest neck I could find, basically, without paying extortionate money. And that's why I got it, because this is really the cheapest one I could find that had a nice chunky neck profile, because that's what I was after on anything that I was looking for. So the chunky neck profile and a sort of the wide, nice chunky neck profile. So we'll have a look at this as well. I'm just going to get my cloth because I don't want to destroy anything. And we'll go into the back cavity as well, and let's have a look at that. So you can see, I'll just show you the neck as well. It's very nice. Really, it feels so nice to play this. I really do love it. I don't think it's one that I'm ever going to sell, frankly. Right, so I will put that there. This definitely feels like a keeper for the price. I've seen the prices online of the full fat Gibson version of this. They are pretty expensive. I mean, by my level anyway. I mean, we're talking again, sort of like that sort of £2,000, sort of £3,000 mark, which is, you know, about the same in US dollars. So for me, that's a bit painful, and this is way cheaper than that. So obviously, with the upgrades, that's going to start costing, but it still won't bring you up to the Gibson Slash level. So I think it's overall it's a pretty good deal. It's a pretty good deal. I got this second hand, and if you can get one second hand, I'd say, and you find a good deal for it, and you're really thinking about it, I'd say, you know, really do consider going for it, because it's a very nice playing guitar. Right, whoopsie, there we go. It's a live one. Right, so there we go. So you see inside, so there's like pretty fat pots actually. So that's the connectors, in fact, which they sliced off the old one, and they've connected the new one in via those. They look like full fat pots. I've seen some really horrible wiring in some of my cheaper guitars. Certainly the cheaper Epiphones look nothing as nice as this. They're like big fat capacitors there as well. So yeah, it actually looks rather nice and tidy in it. It hasn't got extra drill holes. That's always something I'm looking out for. A little bit dusty in there from the tooling, but yeah, it looks pretty sound in there. I'm pretty pleased with that, and considering I didn't have to do any of the work myself in terms of upgrades or anything else, yeah, pretty pleased with that. And this is the first time I couldn't see anywhere online any videos of anyone actually showing the insides of one of these. So hopefully this is useful to you as well if you've not seen inside one before. And yeah, I think we'll conclude it there, and I hope you enjoy this video. I'll be doing plenty more of all sorts of guitar related stuff. So yeah, see you in the next one. Cheers, bye.